dirty boys. You know everyone is talking on the scene. I hear them whispering about the places that you've been, and how you don't know how to keep your business clean.
Welcome back to the Reacts Kingdom with your beautiful golden Lisa. And tonight we will be doing reaction to Alexa. What time is it?
The time is 4:50 p.m.
Well, yeah, tonight we will be doing reaction to the brand new SML Universe video, the newest one, and then we got a whole list of ones we need to catch up on still, but first we are gonna do the newest one, and this one will be SML Universe. What will happen on Jeffy's 22nd birthday? Let's see and find out what this will be about. We have went through a lot with Jeffy's mom. Yes! Anyway, we have been through a lot with Jeffy's birthdays in the past with Jeffy's ugly ass mom. No care. And terrible mom too. But yeah, hopefully she will not be back. We all know we seen her in hell. An SML movie, The Secret Door 2, and that's no cap. So without further ado, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you want me to react to next on the Reacts Kingdom with your beautiful golden Lisa. And now, 3, 2, 1, let's see and find out what this will really be about. Let's go.
Ever since Jeffy's 18th birthday, we've seen Logan make a full-on cinematic movie for
That's true.
Jeffy's birthday every year. But have you ever wondered what Jeffy's 22nd birthday will be about? Well, let's just say
I mean, we had a few ideas, but But let's see.
There's some theories that can change SML forever, and Logan has been secretly setting them up for months. And today, we're going to be going over all of them, starting off with a really interesting theory that knowing Logan could actually come true, which is how Pierre Francois never actually died and will potentially come back to try to get revenge on Jeffy.
That would make sense. Yeah. 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 Sadly.
Now, as we all know, we actually saw something really similar happen in SML movie Jeffy's 19th birthday, where Nancy would come back and try to kidnap Jeffy again. And the plot was very similar, with both the bus and the van exploding, essentially being a recycled plot of Jeffy's 18th birthday. And
yeah, it was recycled, honestly.
Knowing Logan, Jeffy's 22nd birthday does have the possibility of having this, as we just came off of a 21st birthday video, where we would see Jeffy
Of course, back with the terrible people.
do things
Hopefully not.
a 21-year-old would do to celebrate. His 22nd birthday does have the possibility of having this, as we just came off of a 21st birthday video, where we would see Jeffy do things a normal 21-year-old would do to celebrate, such as gambling. And obviously, nothing too special happens when you turn 22. So obviously, one of the only logical things for Logan to do is to make Jock come back to life and seek revenge. Now, one small piece of evidence to possibly
Well, hopefully Nancy doesn't come back. Now we have to deal with Zoc again, apparently. Okay.
prove this is that we wouldn't actually see Jock die inside the plane in Jeffy's 21st birthday, as similar to Screwball, he ended up surviving, as he supposedly jumped out of the van before the explosion. So if Logan really wanted to reuse this idea, Jock would have jumped out of
D1 tennis player, double major in marketing and business analytics, and a full-time content creator. So yeah, my life gets pretty busy, fast. I've got lectures, assignments.
Yeah, no one
Explosion.
did.
So if Logan really wanted to reuse this idea, Jock would have jumped out of the plane and ended up surviving, which would have led to him possibly attempting to murder Jeffy.
Okay, God, I am ready.
It's clear that this theory can very well happen, as by
Honestly, at this point, we need to be fucking done with Jeffy's real parents and move on to just the good ones. Sometimes.
now, it's very obvious that Logan recycles ideas very often, but let's just pray that this theory isn't the one that Logan ends up using.
Well, yeah, that's true.
As it would quite literally be Jeffy's 19th birthday all over again. However, another theory similar to this would be way more interesting and cooler. And that would be the theory of how we could potentially see Jeffy's evil uncles, Warvin and Wall Lewis, kidnap Jeffy. Now, we saw Warvin and Wall Lewis in SML movie Jeffy's Evil Uncles, and in this video...
Yeah, that was the only time too. But yeah. I agree with Jeffy's kidnapping, probably. Again.
Yeah, we would clearly see them be obsessed with party games.
No, I want to steal things and play party games.
Now, them wanting to do those two things is actually really crucial. Let's start off with the party games, which clearly, in birthday parties, we see party games very often. So in the video, we would potentially see Jeffy, Marvin, and Rose throw a huge 20-second birthday party and invite Jeffy, all his friends, Brooklyn Guy, and even Lewis. However, since there are a lot of party games involved, Marvin and Wall Lewis would show up and essentially ruin the whole party by attempting to ruin the party games by winning everything and cheating. But what if
Yeah, makes sense for them. Okay.
I told you that all of this would be a calculated plan, which leads us to the stealing part. And the way this would work is that they would try to steal Jeffy secretly while one of them distracts everyone else with the party games. Well, now that you heard the insane plan, you may be wondering why they would even steal Jeffy in the first place. Well, the answer is pretty simple. As we all know, these characters are basically carbon copies of Wario and Waluigi from Nintendo, and their personalities are
Yeah.
really similar. And one thing about Wario and Waluigi is that they love money. So something that could happen is that they
Oh, we know they love money, okay.
discover that Jock was Jeffy's father and assume that he left Jeffy millions, even though he really didn't, and attempt to hold him ransom to get the money. Or the more realistic option is that they find out just last year, Jeffy won $2.4 million from the casino, and they try to get the money from him. Now, this theory would clearly be awesome to see, as the two characters have only been seen once in SML. And while the concept is a stolen...
Well, honestly, yeah, but that would be nice to see, though. Okay. But not to kidnap Jeffy.
idea from Nintendo, the characters themselves are still really cool, and seeing them kidnap Jeffy would be an interesting plot. But while there's good theories and possibilities out there, there's always the one horrible possibility sprinkled in there, which is how Nancy could quite literally return for a third time. Now, this
Hopefully not.
theory can have multiple outcomes, with one of them being that she escapes from hell, which, as we all know, Nancy is clearly in hell as she is a horrible person on the inside and outside. And
Oh, we know. Yeah. She deserves it.
And we can even see this proven in SML movie Satan Claus, where it's revealed that she's in hell and literally has to clean bathrooms.
Did you say Jeffy? No, go back to cleaning the bathrooms. Okay.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Also, again, in SML movie, The Secret Door 2. We saw her in that in Hell 2. Okay. Along with SML movie Satan Claus.
Now, while this episode essentially confirms that Nancy is dead and rotting in hell, SML is SML. And at the end of the day, it isn't the most realistic puppet show. So we can very well see a future where Nancy somehow ends up escaping from hell and hunts Jeffy down for the third time. And this time around, she may have heard about Jock's death, and potentially assumes that he gave Jeffy money before dying. So her money-hungry self obviously tries to hunt down Jeffy, and at the end, she does not succeed, as at this point, Jeffy has a literal plot armor. However, to her, it would still be worth a try. Clearly, this theory isn't really original at all, as like I said earlier, this would be a rehash of Jeffy's 19th birthday. However, another way that Logan would be able to approach this is if Nancy would rise from the grave and become a zombie, and potentially try to end Jeffy for good instead of only seeking money. And I think this because zombies obviously like live human flesh, so it would make sense for Nancy to quite literally attempt to end Jeffy for good and take him to the grave with her, as revenge for causing her to die in the first place. Overall, this idea wouldn't be too bad, however, it would for sure be dragging Nancy's death at this point. And not only do I think this, but a lot of fans do too, as when they are asked about predictions for Jeffy's 22nd birthday, a lot of them assume that Nancy will return yet again. Jeffy will turn 22, Nancy will appear, Brooklyn Guy will do his thing, and the fans will find something to bitch about. I genuinely can't find a single thing about this comment that's inaccurate or unlikely. You forgot the fake out death. Well, thankfully we got the originality out of the way. So now, let's talk about a more interesting theory that could potentially happen if Logan locks in. And that's how Jeffy can actually go through life changes for once in his life on his 22nd birthday. What I mean by this is that the birthday video would be more on the original side of things. However, we would actually see Jeffy change in a good way, such as possibly being able to finally graduate the 5th grade at 22 years old, most likely by pulling off a stupidly smart move, or
Yeah, that's true. I don't think we have ever seen anyone graduate through 3rd or 2nd grade or 5th grade. Wait, no. Whatever grade they are in now, no care.
Along with this, we could also see Jeffy move out. Both of these possibilities sound unrealistic, but hear me out. Basically, if you haven't already noticed, as of recently, we've noticed Jeffy become relatively more
That's true.
smart and responsible as an adult, while of course still acting stupid at times. One example of this is in SML movie Jeffy's Stolen Lamborghini, where Marvin would find out that Jeffy won a whole Lamborghini from a Mr. Beast challenge. However, he never told Marvin, as according to Jeffy, he's an adult and doesn't have to tell him anything.
Yeah,
He really doesn't, honestly, no care.
I won it from a Mr. Beast competition. Wait, so you're telling me you won a Lamborghini in a Mr. Beast competition, you didn't tell us you owned a Lamborghini? Yes, because I'm an adult and I don't have to tell you shit. Well, you should have told me shit, because Goodman took the keys and he took the Lamborghini.
And to add on to everything, instead of Jeffy doing something insanely stupid to recover the Lamborghini, like most people would expect him to, he would actually do the mature thing and call the cops instead, and even rat out Goodman.
I want my car back now, and I called the cops. Well, why would you call the cops? You know who took it? It was Mr. Goodman.
Hey there, I got a call about a stolen car. Well, I didn't like it.
Well, listen, the car was stolen by Mr. Goodman, so I don't know what to do.
Wait, Mr. Goodman? Oh, shit, he's a billionaire. He's gonna drag that out in court for months. There's no way you're ever seeing that car again.
Now, while the mature route didn't end up working, it still shows that Jeffy is overall a bit more mature than before, and Logan can take advantage of this and lead it up in the next few months to Jeffy's 22nd birthday, where we would see him accomplish probably his first mature achievement ever. And Jeffy barely even appears in videos nowadays either way, so Logan can quietly make him a lot more mature over time, which could actually work really well. But I bet some of you Jeffy haters might be jumping up and down right now after hearing this possible theory. However, I have to mention the technicality about all this, which is if Jeffy were to potentially move out, Logan would most likely still find a way to have him appear in Marvin's
That's true.
house, and he probably wouldn't appear any less, such as Rose telling Jeffy that the SML house is his second home, and he can visit and stay whenever he wants, or something along those lines. Now, all of these theories so far have been theories that a good amount of people usually assume will happen. However, this next theory is one I bet you all weren't expecting, and that's the theory that Jeffy would potentially meet some sort of relative that he didn't know about, and this family member would essentially change his life. Now, SML has actually done videos in a similar format like this, such as SML movie Cody's Real Dad and SML movie Junior's Twin. In both of these videos, we would see a main character meet a family member that they didn't know about. However, usually after their initial introduction video, these relatives don't play a huge role in SML besides Nigel. However, for Jeffy's 22nd
Well, yeah, they don't. Yeah, that's true. Except for him, though.
birthday, it would be really cool to see some sort of relative of Jeffy's, possibly an uncle or a cousin, discover that it's Jeffy's birthday, and this relative happens to possibly be rich and change Jeffy's life forever, or on the contrary, possibly be evil. So yeah, this idea can be done in so many different ways. However, unlike the examples I listed earlier, it would be cool for this relative to have a permanent impact on Jeffy's life. This would be a really good way for Logan to implement a huge change on Jeffy's life in a smooth way. But now that I explained how this video would work, you may be wondering what the relative would do to Jeffy. And like I said, there's a good and a bad. We could possibly see this relative be a really rich brother of Jock's that Jeffy never knew about. And unlike Jeffy's deadbeat biological father, this relative shares his wealth with Jeffy and potentially changes his life forever. Now, seeing something like this would clearly be awesome, as thanks to the money, we could actually get some great character development in Jeffy's adult life. And the same can be said for the evil side of things, as we can possibly see a secret sister of Nancy or a secret cousin that Jeffy has, and they would potentially try to hunt down Jeffy to avenge Nancy. And while this idea isn't
Yeah, that wouldn't honestly be good at all if they did that. Fuck Nancy.
the most original, we would still see new characters attempting to continue the Nancy lore, and this would still bring a feel of originality overall, hence why both of these theories would be amazing to see. Well, I hope you enjoyed all my theories about Jeffy's 22nd birthday, and consider dropping your theories in the comments below. And while you're down there, make sure to
In my
subscribe.
comments,
And if you're gonna
too.
keep watching more YouTube, click the video on screen. I'm sure you'll love it.
No cap. So
SML is full of kind,
anyway, we will react to that one too. Anyway, without further ado, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you want me to react to next. Also comment down below your theories about SML movie Jeffy's 22nd birthday. Also comment down below if you are new to the Reacts Kingdom, and that's no cap. Also, 22 subscribers, 9 more, well 8 more, until I get to 130 subscribers, so subscribe to the Reacts Kingdom if you haven't already, or make multiple accounts and subscribe. No cap. But if not, let other people subscribe. Anyway, without further ado, the Reacts Kingdom, my name is Delissa. See you all in the next video. We are out.